a second day, but I'm definitely gonna do a short live stream today because Steph's got stuff to do. Let's make sure that it actually went public because sometimes I forget to hit the public button and it only hits the, let's see here. All right, now we're secure. It's weird, there's like a delay in watching people chime in. So here we go. What's up, Gary? What's up? We're gonna do a little bit more cooking today, a little bit more answering of some questions, and then I'm out. What's up? Hey, everyone. Yes, this is a more mellow day for me. This is a more zen stuff for today. Okay, guys, so we're gonna get into some more cooking. I'm gonna make some avocado puree. It'll be good as a guacamole. It's good for, I use it, to be honest, as a dip or a sauce for hamburgers because it's so good. And I'm cooking chicken livers. What's up, everyone? H-Town. All right, guys, so are you ready? You ready for this? And then after that, I'm going to take questions. And I am not going to talk about people anymore because the people I talk about get triggered. And I don't got time for that. Don't have time for it. Actually, people ask me about people and then I just respond honestly. I guess I have to learn how to be a little bit more of a, with diplomacy. You bought some chicken liver today. Yay! Awesome. Okay, we got NYC in the house. So guys, I'm going to show you how I make my pureed avocado. A lot of you guys have a hard time eating avocado and it's such a great snack. And it's one of the fruits, it's a fruit, that I allow on keto and as a fat snack if you don't have a latex allergy. So, give me some of that liver, right? Like up the stream, yes. Shala says, is that Shala? Hey everyone. Okay, so let's get this cracking. I'm gonna take this phone and tripod into the kitchen. Again, this is an impromptu video, and then I'm gonna answer some questions. You cannot, I mean, technically you can dip it in pork rinds, dip pork rinds in the sauce I'm about to make, but I don't like for people to snack on pork rinds. You're only allowed to have pork rinds when you actually have it in a meal because it can raise your protein really, really high unless you're watching the game on TV and people are eating like chips and you want something that's comparable to eating chips with just pork rinds. So let's get this started, guys. I got my avocado and my lemon already going, so let's get this going. Here we go. So here's my kitchen. Things are dropping on the floor, but that's okay. Here we go. Make this downward. So guys, get this focused. Okay, so here I have, again, doesn't look that appealing, but I've got my chicken livers. They are marinating in butter like I did with the beef liver, but I don't use milk like a lot of people do to try to get away from the bitter taste, which I don't really think that liver has, but some people do. Okay, so I'm going to make very quickly, and then I'm going to answer your guys' questions after I show you how I make my pureed avocado. Focus. Okay. So can we deep with avocados are so moody. I know they are very moody. Let's see how this one turns out. Let's see if it's hard or if it's got age spots on it. Nope, we have perfect avocado. Yes, I was worried about that. I was like, if this thing has those nasty age spots on it. Come on, honey. There we go. Got the seed out. So what I like to do is I just like to cut it. Make it simple. Do. Tra-la-la. Get this avocado up in here. Right? Can't help myself. You guys are really patient enough to watch this stuff. So funny. But it's actually so perfectly ripe. You guys can also put your avocados in a paper bag if they're too hard. And since it's the summer, within 24 hours, they've gotten soft again. Now, somebody at the store recommended putting your avocados in newspaper and then in the oven if they're really, really ripe, but I've never tried that one. Okay. Let's get this end out of here. All right. I'll show you. I'm going to show you what seasons I use. Seasoning. I am making a mess already. Okay, guys, so I'm going to add some avocado oil. Hope you can see. See, I don't scrimp on the fat. I just put it up in there. Do you guys have any questions as you're, okay, you guys are chiming in? What's up, everyone? Yvonne and Chase and cool avocado with avocado oil. Never tried that. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. You're too kind. Thank you for the tenor. You should have commented, Richard, so I could get a nice, juicy comment from you from the super chat. Thank you so much, though, Richard. I really appreciate it. I make a mess when I cook, you guys, and then I clean it up afterwards. I just added avocado oil, you guys. I like to use my emulsifying blender. I don't like to use Yvonne. Richard, do you want to explain to Yvonne how to donate to the super chat, which YouTube is now? So where do you get your information from in order to get out? I just call her up. I'll be like, "What's up?" I probably should have used another bowl for this, but add more oil. Ah! Sorry, guys. I'm like looking at the screen at the same time to see if there's any questions coming in or if Richard is answering how to donate to the super chat. Actually, Preston, avocado oil is not as much of a, as you say, what is it? Delicate oil as olive oil. It doesn't rancidify as quickly. So nope, I'm not worried. Says, hey, Stephanie, girl, you are an inspiration. If you don't mind, can you tell us if it's okay to have GABA? No GABA. Nope. You guys have to learn how to connect to the circadian rhythm naturally without having to take GABA. Hit that like button. I am just making a mess here. Trying to look at you guys and do this at the same time. But keep the questions coming in. I can sort of see the screen. So as you guys can see, I'm pureeing the avocado. So a lot of you guys don't like avocado. This is one way to make it so tasty. Richard, can you tell the person, or was it Yvonne, how to donate to the super chat if you haven't already done that? I have an emulsion with emulsion blender and what? And boy, is it what? What does it say? Oh, you did. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you can use any brand mixer. I mean, I found this one on Amazon based on the reviews and the cheaper price. The last one I had was from Target, and that lasted a long time. Can people with hypothyroidism be on the keto diet? Yes, Jennifer. People have issues with GABA. They have issues because people use that as something, people use GABA for sleep, and people have rebound effects by using GABA. It's like the brain doesn't uptake it, or the body doesn't uptake GABA that well. And you don't want to take anything like GABA, or you don't want to take anything like melatonin for sleep. There are rebound effects. So it's better just to learn how to connect to the circadian rhythm rather than use the supplements, which a lot of them are chemically activated. They're made in a lab. It's just much, much better. So you need to learn how to relax on your own. Next time I'll come down with more of the studies on GABA and how it's very controversial. Same thing with 5-HTP, same thing with DHEA supplements. All right, guys. Might as well get to right. When I use olive oil, I get the worst stomach ache. You probably have histamine intolerance, so you probably have a sensitivity to the olives. Which there was one woman that I worked with years ago who had perfect numbers on her glucometer, but she felt tired all the time. So we went through all her foods one by one, and we found out that she had a sensitivity to olives, and it was preventing her ketones from being viable. She was making the ketones, she just wasn't using them. Richard Sick Troll Cruiser. Thank you, Yvonne. That's so sweet for donating to the chat. She's like, how do I donate? Thank you so much for donating to the super chat. Okay. Literally, guys, this is what I would do if I was by myself. And I'm sort of by myself. So this is what I'm doing. Okay. So, what I like to put in my pureed avocado is, Deborah's also now a moderator. So, Deborah has kids and a life. So if she's not here, she's busy. Okay, so I'm going to add lemon. So lemon is a really great way to preserve if you're going to go on a picnic or something like that, and you don't want it to go rancid. Lemon or apple cider vinegar and salt and pepper. You guys want to add some pepper. One of my favorite things to add is nutritional yeast. And what else do we have? Now, other people like to add garlic to theirs. Some garlic. But today I'm not going to add garlic, but you can also add garlic. That's it, guys. That's all I put in there. I use a little bit more salt. A bit more lemon. So you guys, on my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, I was showing people how I made a bread spread. People want to eat this at like guacamole, but you can also use this as like an avocado butter, right? And it's so good, especially with the nutritional yeast, which is an inactive form of yeast. I always have with my my vegetables either spinach, broccoli, cabbage, Sometimes I'll get asparagus. So last night I just had it with spinach and avocado. So as you guys can see, I am sort of marinating my beef liver in butter because I cannot use, whoa, I am making such a mess. I can't use milk, which is what people typically use. I am making such a mess. You guys, it's not easy to live stream in such a little tiny space, because I live in a shoebox, cook and answer your questions at the same time. Avocado toast with fermented cabbage and keto pancakes and an egg. Yes, you can do that too, as long as you don't react to the cabbage. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna add salt also to the chicken livers, like I did with the beef liver, and also lemon. And it's just too hard to stir it because I put too much butter in there in too small of a bowl. Okay guys, I'm going to let this sit. This is so good. I can't even tell you guys. Of course, I can't find the top, so I'll just put this on here for now. Oh yeah. I was gonna Instagram this. You do a quick Instagram, guys, and then I'm gonna take your questions. Avocados, they had what? Avocados got that potassium, nutritional use, B12. Yes, B complex. And what else? I use salt, pepper. You can also use garlic. And it's just that simple. And oil, avocado oil. So guys, I'm going to do a quick Instagram. Okay guys, check this out. I'm making beef liver and my special avocado spread or butter. It's so delicioso. Check it out. Okay guys, check this out. I'm making beef liver and my special avocado spread or butter. Okay. It's so delicioso. Check it out. All right guys, I'm gonna take your questions. Okay guys, check this out. I'm making beef liver. Really? Do I have to hear my voice anymore? Please, no? Okay. I'm going to take your guys' questions. I'm going to let the beef liver marinate a bit more. I try not to spill it like I did last time. And I'm going to put this top on the avocado. I'm going to eat it now, but I mean tonight. Okay, guys. Here we go. Let's get your questions going on. What's up, guys? Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, please tell us about your boyfriend. Oh, Lord have mercy. And this is a woman who wants to know? That's interesting. Okay. Okay, today you will have a lettuce, salad, tuna, avocado. Well, tuna is not really keto, I'm not gonna lie. Right? I eat tuna on occasion, but basically no tuna. Richard, you're cracking me up. Okay, do you have permission to have lucid dream? Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, guys, let's get into some good keto questions. There are 67 people in the chat probably waiting to get some information out there. Thank you, Richard. It's so, like, I didn't have moderators yesterday. I should have had moderators, but I hadn't made Deborah a moderator at that point. And so when people were starting to troll me, I began to react. And so that's something that I'm learning. Doing live streams is a new thing. You're going to get it wrong in the beginning. You're going to talk about stuff you shouldn't be talking about. People will ask you questions. And I'm just so used to answering questions, I'll just answer anything. And at this point, I'm going to use some diplomacy, and we're going to keep it on keto and not other people. Let's see. What foods can help with building progesterone? Chase, it's not what particular food you eat to build progesterone. It's really your whole balancing your whole reproductive hormonal panel. So that's the 3 estrogens, the progesterone, and your testosterone. And the best food for that is cholesterol from animal fat. That's the precursor to your reproductive hormones, period. It's like you can't get out of it. You guys got some questions? Tell them, Richard. You guys have some questions here? Let's see. I've been following and learning from you for a few weeks now and have been able to reduce my fat percentage by 3% and gain 2 pounds of muscle. That's, Lizette, that's amazing. That's music to my ears. Need breakfast ideas. Oh, Deborah's here too. So we got 2 of the moderators now in the house. What are the benefits of nutritional yeast? I have been adding it to my salads. Now be careful, really, guys, with the nutritional yeast. It does tend to be higher in carbohydrates, so you just can't do dump tablespoon after tablespoon after on it. I'd say like 1 tablespoon per meal. It's got B complex in it. A lot of you guys are nutritionally deficient because you're not eating enough animal protein and obviously some micronutrients from plant source foods. But with that said, it has, if I go and look, it has most of the B complex in there. And a lot of you guys need that for cell repair, for energy. The body absorbs B12 and absorbs the B complex in the small intestine and B12 in the stomach directly. Need breakfast idea. Okay, so breakfast ideas on keto. I mean, to be honest, the way I live my keto life, I don't have specific breakfast, foods anymore. I just eat keto. So if you want to, you could do the pancakes. You can do flax egg pancakes. I prefer you guys do flax rather than using coconut flour and flax because of you guys have sensitivity to coconut, or the powdered coconut flour can be too spiky of your blood sugar in the very beginning. So you could do the pancakes, you could do the easy eggs and bacon, steak and eggs. You can make, next time I'll do like a faux oatmeal, so I'll use hemp hearts and flax seed meal for faux oatmeal, and then I'll use butter and Ceylon cinnamon, and it is so good. Oh, and a little bit of vanilla bean powder. What are the benefits? Okay, we got that. I've done eggs with bacon. She saved your... So can you give suggestions on snack ideas? Okay, so essentially when you do keto, first of all, I just made the avocado sort of like spread or butter or dip, and it tastes so good. I could just sit there and eat it and eat it and eat it. And like, as you can see, that one little avocado does not look like a lot of food. So a lot of you guys are like, oh my God, it's so much food, but it's not. You don't really need to snack on keto. If anything, you just need to get a lot of fat in. So I often tell people just do a lot of fatty teas. You could do also the fat bombs made with coconut oil and butter as a fat snack, or you could do the avocado, which is allowed as long as you don't have a latex allergy. I don't like people to snack. I just want them to get enough fat in to meet their fat demand to create ketones. Let's see here. Paleo. What about paleo? You can't just say paleo and a question mark. Hi, I'm new here and started watching you and started keto 3 days ago. You look great and you are a great inspiration. Thank you. Greetings from Macedonia, if I'm saying that right? And P.S. cottage cheese and milk it's not approved on keto. No. What's wrong with cacao powder? So raw cacao has a lot of mold on it. It's called mycotoxins. You can't see it with the eye, but there's a lot of mold, and people have a lot of dysbiosis of the gut. They have candida, they have parasites, so that's one huge problem. The next problem is that it's got a lot of caffeine. So a lot of you guys have adrenal insufficiencies, and unfortunately, if you take raw cacao, it'll zing you real high, and that's what's wrong. That's why people do cacao butter, because it's the species of cacao plant that does not have the caffeine and the mycotoxins. No strawberries on keto. Nope. I mean, John, if you're fully adapted and time has gone by and your carb tolerant level has risen, yes, perhaps a couple of strawberries that aren't super, super sweet. But for the newbies, no. Can I have a few? Okay, wait. Monique, I do, but lose. Okay, let's see. So bloated at 47, but thanks to you, period is regular on point on keto. Aw, Charlotte, that's awesome. That's awesome. Can I ask you a question? How many grams of fat do you eat a day? I eat about 230 to 260 grams of fat a day, not including coconut oil, which I eat a lot of for the lauric acid benefits. And I never said hemp hearts were not keto. I never said that. Nope. What I said was some people, and I've said this every time, some people have a very sort of allergic reaction to hemp hearts. So I'm very cautious of you histamine, overloaded people. The can and the bis on keto, I mean, you can, but if you got the munchies, you can, but I don't really care about that. Let's see. No cream cheese, exactly. Okay, thank you, Richard. You have to go. Love you too. Thank you so much for donating to the Super Chat. I think Deborah is still here, who's going to help with the moderation. Oh, Edgar, what's up? Thank you. And he writes, hi, Stephanie. Thank you for all your help. See, did it for about 3 months and messed me up and a lot. And then you taught me the correct way of doing things slowly, getting better every day. Thank you so much, Edgar. See, the thing is, you guys, I'm super strict. People can't, they might say that, you don't have to be as strict as Stephanie to do keto, but that's their assumption. A lot of people, it's hard to push a ketogenic lifestyle knowing that you can't have a few strawberries when you first do it. So other keto experts will tell you it's okay, or they'll tell you it's okay to do cream cheese. But because I've worked with so many people, that just simply is not the truth. If you actually go by how people feel, the reactive hypoglycemia, the rebound effect of eating a couple, some carbs, how hard it is to get back into ketosis. So this targeted and cyclic ketogenic diet is a bunch of garbage. Linda, people ask me about the carnivore diet all the time. Here's the thing. People who do the carnivore diet, if you do like sirloin, or if you're doing tuna and you're doing chicken breast, you can actually, people who've got a sensitivity to gout, people who've got a sensitivity to developing stones from the uric acid and purines, kidney stones, that's a bad idea. And you don't know this until you start eating high amounts of meat. Now, a lot of people who do the carnivore diet, they're not like, I'm going to do like 90% pork belly. They don't do that. Their goal isn't to be ketotic. Their goal is, I'm going to eat meat because it's going to make me lean, because it's going to drop my insulin. The problem is the acidity that you get in lean meats. The more fat content, the less acidity in meats, like uric acid. So a lot of people are starting to get sick doing the carnivore diet, because you could just do the carnivore diet if you just made it like keto. Just eat the fattiest cuts of meat, like pork belly is amazing. Then you can be ketotic and do the carnivore diet at the same time. But the reason why some people fare well on the carnivore diet is because they have histamine intolerance and an aversion to plants because of the plant anti-nutrients like salicylates and oxalates and goitrogens and all this kind of stuff. See, I believe wait, let me see here. I'm missing a couple of questions. What do you think about chaga mushrooms are okay? I think so, yeah. How long do you cook the liver without raising the carb count? Like literally yesterday, because I was doing a beef liver. I mean, seriously, as soon as I was talking and running to the kitchen, I overcooked it. It literally just takes a few minutes to cook it, like 5 minutes on low temperature. Watch it and flip it. I believe you're going to follow something to do it. wholeheartedly. That's why I'm feeling it. Oh, thank you. Follow something? What? Okay. Carnivore diet. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Deborah's like already kicking in. Thank you, Chad. What's That's what I'm doing. Let's see. I do get gout. Yeah. So like spinach and lean meats are the worst with people who've got gout, with even a little bit too much protein. But tomorrow you probably don't do the fattiest cuts like ribeye and like super fat and like pork belly. You're gonna have less of a gout flare up if you do the fattiest cuts of meat. Let me see. I need to try pork belly, but don't trust my Asian market. That has flies in it. Yeah, Sasha, no. I would do like an online site, like if you can't find a Whole Foods that does pork belly, because I've got Whole Foods. There's a lot of markets here in LA that I can go to if I don't want to go to Whole Foods. Let's see here. How often do you recommend to eat liver? Every day. It's up to you guys. Like, I'm starting to get into organ meats. I went to Air One and I was like, y'all don't have kidney, so kidney and was not at Air One nor at Whole Foods. So I've got to order it online, and I'm going to start to do a lot more cooking. It's just I hadn't gotten into it at this juncture. But I had liver as a kid, but I couldn't remember the taste of it. So when I started buying liver again, I was like, oh, this stuff is good. Everybody says it tastes so bad. People are tripping. There's so many amazing nutrition in organ meats, because not only do you get the fat soluble vitamins, but you also get minerals that are devoid of our diet, like iron rich meats and potassium and magnesium and these types of minerals that are so important. Keishel says, we need more likes. There's 78 people and only 52 likes. If you guys don't mind liking up the stream, it helps people find me more, find me in the algorithms on YouTube. Let's see. Where do you get my workout tops? I literally, so I get my stuff like here, like I saw these on Amazon, you guys. See these? I saw these on Amazon. They were like $18, and the top was on Amazon. It was only $15, because I don't like when you go to Nike and you got to spend $40-$50 on a bra top. Everything I buy has to be under $50 when I buy workout clothes, unless it's something that you're gonna wear for years and it's the top quality. Then I try to keep it under $50. Yeah, I have recipes for fat bombs. I'll make some like in another cooking stream, so you guys can just watch me make a fat bomb. It's so easy. It's stupid easy to make. Okay, I wish I could handle eating liver and kidney because of the nutrients, etc. But it automatically tastes bad when I think about the fact that I'm eating organs. Septira, come on, child. You guys, I've always said, I think over the last 5 years, that if I had to eat donkey poop out of its butt to improve my health, that's what I would do. A lot of is what we hear. Like when I went to Africa the first time, I was there for 2 months in a small village, and I watched these people eat the gristle, the cartilage, the bones, the meat and the bones, everything. And I wanted to gag. But now, later, when I'm a full-grown adult, I realize I'm the idiot, right? I'm the idiot for wanting to get a chicken thigh with no skin on it. I'm the one that's losing the nutritional benefits from being grossed out. It's all up in our mind, right? I talked to a guy today at the gym. He's like, oh, I only like white chicken meat. And I was like, it's not that dark chicken meat tastes bad. It just doesn't taste like the white meat. So in your mind, you're like, oh my God, this doesn't taste good. Like when I'm doing faux pancakes, right? I'm not using wheat. So people are, when I make them for friends who are not into keto, they'll sit there and they'll chomp on it and they'll wait for it to not taste like a wheat pancake. And then they're already trying to reject it because it's not tasting like what their brain is saying this is what a pancake is. Or, organ meats taste gross because you heard that. And so then when you eat it, you're like, oh, it's so gross. Or what about when people do bone broth? They don't spice it the right way. And if you boil bones without spicing it the right way, it doesn't taste good, right? It's like my avocado spread. I can have the avocado. I love avocado, so I can eat avocado by itself. But when I add the lemon, the salt, pepper, the nutritional yeast, like, who could not love that taste? It's so good. Learn how to spice your foods. I've got the beef liver marinating in butter, lemon, and salt. Sometimes you're just eating foods that weren't prepared the right way. But when I eat this, how I feel, how I sleep is stupid amazing because I'm getting so much vitamin, nutrient dense foods that I'm not getting from other foods. You guys are having electrolyte problems. And I'm like, they're like, can I take cream to tartar? And I'm like, it has some weird chloride chemical in it. Why would you prefer to take something chemical? Because that's easier than eating spinach, which you get sick of. Nutritional yeast has sort of like a cheese flavor. That's why a lot of vegans use it to make faux cheese out of, like a slight Parmesan taste. Exactly, Septeria. Well, Septeria, it's the same thing with the organ meats. To be honest, if I had to choose between eating a bunch of avocados or eating organ meats, it would be organ meats all day long. Because as you guys know, I'm trying to protect my health forever, as long as I'm alive and breathing. You don't have to age poorly, you guys. I say this in every stream. I am 50. I'm turning 51 next month, okay? And my whole thing at this middle age life is about protecting my hormones, right? So you guys can see, this is me, full natty. This is me on keto. I haven't eaten any carb, starch, sugar, sweet fruits in 10 years. My taste buds have completely changed. My appetite has completely changed. And my hormones have become stronger than they ever have in my entire life. So you have to change your mind to change your body. Oh, Gary. Thank you so much. Gary writes, hey, Stephanie, on the 26th, I'll send it in a picture on Facebook. I did not send a picture of the cat. Okay, somebody hacked my email. Aw, somebody hacked your email. Gary is like one of my favorite people. Also with Richard and Deborah. These are some of my favorite people because they're so, I don't know, they get me. Some people don't get me. They get me, and you just create, bonds forever with some of these people that I have done consultations with and who've just stuck by me over the years, even though I go against what everyone says to do on keto. I'm autistic and take medicine that piles on your weight. And because of this, I get repetitive eating habits and find it hard to eat new foods. Your stream. Okay. So is that a question? Sometimes it's really learning about your stream. It's really learning about how to spice foods and make them different. Like, most people don't like a regular avocado. But if I take an avocado and I cream it out and I put oil on it and I add spices to it, it's a game changer on how the texture is and the taste. All of a sudden it tastes really, really good, and it doesn't have that green taste anymore. It just tastes yummy. So it's like with the organ meats, how I marinate it and how I prepare it, as long as it tastes really good, that's all that's important. So you just got to sort of open your mind, and then when you eat something, don't look for it to taste bad. Look for it to taste good. Thank you, Deborah. I won't be on long today, but thank you so much. Deborah is a moderator. She is now, so, when people troll and they say things that I'm not being triggered, even though my triggers are short, I'm not being triggered and responding to things online. Like I said, you guys, being on a live broadcast is not real. It's like I'm talking to a small little box. It's like I'm staring at a doorknob for an hour. And you have to distinguish between, a lot of people who make comments who are trolls, they have no picture. And I'm responding to a comment from a person who I don't even know who they are and what they look like. So it's so nice to have the moderators, because as a human being, you tend to react, and I need to learn how not to. So Drew King agreed I cheated, and it has this poops for 2 days. Oh, you had poop for 2 days. Yeah, that's not good. Even ribeye, one of the fattiest beef steaks, has 24 grams of protein and 20. That's per the amount. You mean per gram? 100 grams. I'm wondering. I'm wondering keto has to be at least 4 times more fat than protein. Yeah, like, well, no. Okay, for example, you have a ribeye, but you're doing, let's say if you're a woman, you're going to do 3 ounces, which is going to take you under 20 grams of protein. And we want to hit, let's say in that ribeye, you've got 18 grams of protein, right? 18 to 20 grams of protein. Now we want to hit at least 40 more grams. Yo, a couple more tablespoons, like a half of an avocado is going to put another 14 in. You're going to add a couple tablespoons of butter, and you've already almost hit at 70 grams of fat. It's so easy to get in that fat. Use this tonight. No way for the long haul. Let me see here. Okay. Get some water. Last time I didn't drink enough water and got a headache afterwards. Okay, so Lucy says, I have Hashis and can't do butter, dairy, or cruciferous. What do I do? Now, that's not true, Lucy. You can do cruciferous, but you have to cook them. You can't do raw cruciferous, and you can't do kale. So the other cruciferous family, like cabbage and broccoli and the other cruciferous, plus you can do green beans, which is not a cruciferous, but you can also use a pressure cooker to kind of cook down the anti-nutrients. It's not true that people who've got Hashis can't do cruciferous. You can, but you just have to cook down the anti-nutrients that might potentially block iodine from getting into the thyroid gland. But you can do green beans. Let me see, have you, you can do spinach and greens. Okay, have you eaten, thank you, Elizabeth Wagner. She says, I'm having a 10-week medical treatment, so I can't do keto. I will after, then I will also do consult then too. Yeah, I don't know what your treatment is. Don't say it online. Come to me and we'll get you straight right on the right way after having treatment. Let me see. Have you eaten the chicken liver and truffles at Trader Joe's? No. No, what? I don't eat any of these stores like pre-made foods. I just buy the foods and make them and like prep them and cook them and eat them. So what do you think about what do you think of breath keto meters? They're garbage. They don't work. You don't want ketones leaving the breath. We want every ketone to be in the body, and deep in the body is your bloodstream, right? Because you're not going to bleed out, so unless you're on your menstrual cycle, but that's another subject. No, breathalyzers don't work. People realize in the community they're not effective. They can tell you that you're making ketones, but most people can make ketones. That's not the issue. It's uptaking them and using them. Oh, thank you, Brice. This is very sweet. Hey, Jacob. Again, I want to say thank you to the people who donated to the Super Chat, Richard and Gary and Elizabeth and there's one more person. And Edgar. And no, there's one more after that. Thank you, guys. Oh, one woman who didn't know how to donate. I forgot her name. Oh, Yvonne. That was her name. I remember now. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm having to flip up on the screen. You donate, Monique. You donate. Can somebody tell Monique how to donate? I believe there's a money symbol under the, me on the screen talking, and then you click on it, and I think that's it. So I don't know, because I'm the one talking. I'm the content creator, but if somebody wants to explain how to donate, that would be amazing. Thanks, Steph. Can Bragg's apple cider vinegar cause sugar to spike? Yes, not because of the carbohydrate count, because it's fermented apples. It can spike if you guys have a sensitivity to apple cider vinegar. Most people, it doesn't. Most people, you're good to go. You see, Louise says, you answered all my questions. You are a good person. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, Louise. Let's see. Okay, so Deborah says there is a dollar sign at the top right. Oh, okay. The top right of the chat. Okay, right side of the field chat where you type comments. There you go. There's a $sign to the right, top right of the chat field where you type comments. Money sign to the bottom of the right chat. I think she said top right, and I don't know if it changes per mobile or flat or technical device. You're the real deal. Love you. Thank you so much, Loretta. Thank you. GF? What's GF? Like up the stream, people. Jacob's like up the stream! Yes, you guys, if you don't mind donating to the super chat, I'm trying my hardest to teach you guys as much as I can. I've had so many people bug me about organ meats, so I thought I'll start filming me making organ meats and how to make other foods. So if you guys don't mind liking up the stream, if you've been on here and you like what I'm saying so far. Let's see here. What's wrong with you? Wolf, because people who do vegetarian keto are really just eating eggs and butter, and a lot of you guys have histamine intolerance. So if you have an aversion to eggs and aversion to butter, you don't adapt very well without having the 3 fatty acid profiles that you need that are made out of animal fat. So monosaturated and poly in the right ratios. It's a simple black and white answer. You have to adapt eating animal fat. You can't adapt on avocados. You just cannot. Even though the body likes monounsaturated fats, it can't deal with just the high monounsaturated fats. It has to deal with the 3 fatty acid profiles. Kind of in layman's terms, what you are, like you eat what you are, and we're not avocados. So it's a layman's term. So people don't freak out that I said that, please. Wolf Haley, you need animal fat, and you can't get that from vegetarian keto. Yeah, Bree says you can get that from vegetarian keto. You can get it from egg yolks, and you can get it from butter. But some people are allergic or sensitive to those foods. If you're not, you can eat those foods, but now you're eating them all the time. So eating a lot of eggs can create a problem. So then you would just do the yolks. Let's see. Oh, Steph, I wanted to ask you to my 6 and 8-year-old to the doc this morning. He wants me to give my daughter D3 pills. What? My younger daughter D3 drops. Look, Dom, I can't tell you what to do with your children. I don't like pills. Vitamin D supplements are pretty toxic to the liver, I'm not going to lie. The first things I would try to do is get their butts outside in the summer. I don't know if they are brown skin, which is harder to get vitamin D3 in conversion in the skin. Egg yolks, organ meats, really high, great sources of vitamin D. There are, I think, krill oil, which is pretty good. You can get up to, like, I think, 800 IUs of vitamin D. So it depends on how low they are, but I will always prefer Nature's Finest over pills, if I can avoid pills. Xylitol is sugar, so Amanda, no. And it's really hard to digest. It sticks to the colon. It's a mess. Thank you so much, Tamara. Thank you for donating to the Super Chat. She writes, you have no idea how helpful you are, and being live is really important for all of us. So thankful. Thank you, Tamara. I really, really appreciate it. I do. I know, like, Steph isn't an acquired taste, right? Some people love and some people don't love, but at least I try to keep it 100%. I get myself, I've said in other live streams, I have honesty Tourette's, and some people don't like that, but, you know, that's the way I roll. Okay, what are the signs of intolerance? So intolerances to certain foods will come across as, like, moody, stomach ache, bloated, loose stool, itchy, mucusy. Thank you so much, Monique. She's like, thank you for live streaming and granting us all your knowledge. Thank you so much, Monique. Thank you. You guys are really hitting up the super chat, so thank you so much. Amanda says, thank you. So the signs of intolerance are also, you know, itchiness, moody, cranky, can mess with your menstrual cycle if you keep eating foods you have an aversion to. Some people develop colitis, where they get an inflammation of the bowels from keep continuing to eat foods that the body is like, no. Crazy if you don't love some stuff. Thank you, Michelle. I'm not antiquated, and I wasn't when I first did videos. People are like, oh my God, she's so annoying. She's jumping around saying energy. And I'm just like, it's a video, people. Like, I'm not trying to start like politics here. It's just a video about food. I have honesty Tourette's. I do. The person I spoke about the other day got so triggered. People were asking me about him. I know they're like, oh, like, what's up with that bald dude? And I was like, I literally was like, what bald dude? And then when I figured it out, I was like, oh, he's an idiot. I didn't even think. I just said it. I just said exactly what I thought. Boy, did he get triggered. He like sit there and start saying all this profanity on my chat, and then he deleted it. It's just stupid. It's like, let him do him. If you watching, honey, child, don't get so triggered, okay? Do you? And he's like, you old. I'm like, you only wish to look like this when you're 50, brat. I'm just saying. And to have abs that look like this, you don't shoot from the waist up. But no, really, you guys, other people do what they do. I am very, very honest. And I think that to redirect energy, because a lot of people won't understand my honesty, to redirect energy, it's better to talk about what I'm just trying to do on the chats. So from this juncture, right here, I don't know how many minutes I've been talking. From this point on, I will stick towards what I'm trying to do and not what other people are trying to do, because there is space for everybody here on the internet, and some people like other people, and some people like me or don't like me. It doesn't even matter. Sorry for the new question. Why can't I have cottage cheese? Oh, because cottage cheese, number one, is it's got too much of the milk proteins in it. It's not high enough in fat, and people aren't eating raw grass-fed cottage cheese. You're eating corn-fed dairy that's been injected with hormones and a lot of estrogen to produce more milk, and then these cows become infected, and then they give them antibiotics, and that affects your keto adaptation like black and white. Let's see. Why do you trust when it comes to good info on keto? Who do you trust? Well, see, here's a question. Who do you trust? So my mouth would say, well, almost nobody. A lot of keto, there are experts that have smidgens of really, really great information. So what I've done, because I'm just like you guys, is I'll take people's consistency, right? How honest they are, how they contextualize their points. If they say something good, you use it, right? If they say something that doesn't make any sense, then do more research and don't use it, or use it. It's the same with me. You don't have to listen to me at all. You can go, she's an idiot, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I don't care. It's totally up to you guys to go, I'll say things like, don't eat cottage cheese. And then that person's going to be like, well, I'm not going to listen to her because other people say eat cottage cheese. And I'll say, figure out what's best for you, in the sense of, are you adapting or not? If you are not feeling good, if you're having reactive hypoglycemia or physiological insulin resistance, if you're having a histamine response from your mast cells, if you're not feeling well, if you're beginning to be catabolic, if your hair starts shedding, then maybe you shouldn't be eating that cottage cheese. You might want to deconstruct anything that's a potential allergen, right? Deconstruct, get it out, be really, really conservative and safe when you first do keto so you don't damage your thyroid or irritate it. And then start adding things back in, like, okay, don't start off eating like strawberries. Don't eat a bunch of nuts. Don't eat raw cacao in the very beginning. So people out there, yes, there is, GB. There's something wrong with making $1 if people have thyroid problems. So I hate when people say it's okay to intermittent fast because they don't factor in, what if you have reactive hypoglycemia? So you're so wrong about this, GD. It's like you're putting your ego too much into your comment, because we got to look at biology, right? If you're selling something, let's say kale shakes. Now, this woman has Hashimoto's. She's not going to fare well on kale shakes. That's going to damage more her thyroid, right? We don't want a goiter to develop because kale was blocking iodine from getting into the throat. You have to contextualize everything. So I'll just say that kale has a lot of anti-nutrients in it that can potentially block the iodine in somebody who's got Hashimoto's. And then you go, just go research that. See what I'm saying? Research how supplements work. The best bioavailability, the best way to get B12 in is not to get a shot, but is to go eat some organ meats. Now you can believe that, or you cannot believe that, right? But look it up yourself. So when you're like, oh, but this person sells supplements and there's nothing wrong with that. Are you that thick? I'm not trying to be rude, even though my comment sounds rude, but that's what it comes to my brain. Like, people sell stuff to make $1. They don't care about your health. Be careful what you buy online, right? There are cancer patients who bought beta hydroxybutyrate salts and it did nothing but made them sick because they were promised that the ketones in the bloodstream would stop their cancer growth, and it didn't work, people. And you think that's okay to sell that? Come on now. No. Can't stand when people say that this doctor, it's okay that he sells this garbage that doesn't work. You guys can't buy your health in a bottle. Okay? So this woman's asking about taking vitamin D3. That stuff is toxic to the liver. What if you have problems with your liver? Right? Try always to do things the natural way first. I make my own hot butter. I get the cream and love it, and beat it. Remove the butter and milk and allow the buttermilk to strain from the cheesecloth, and I find it beneficial than using Kerrygold. Absolutely. Kerrygold is corn finished. We know that. That's why there's a controversy. You cannot buy your health in a bottle. You know, people are like, so people were asking me the other day, should I buy desiccated liver? And I was like, why would you buy desiccated liver? Just go make it and eat it. You're not going to get all of these other micronutrients from desiccated liver. It's just not going to get there. You're not going to get your heme from desiccated liver. True. MKKG says, true. I used to listen to him and did intermittent fasting and what is it? And I looked like I was 60 when I was 49. Exactly. So, you know, it's hard to be on the internet and do a live stream because people will come at you with comments and you're like, come on, everybody on the World Wide Web is going to read this, and people are very malleable when they want to get stuff in pill form. I talked to a kid today. He's 25 years old. He's shaking, right? He's shaking. His nervous system is taxed when he works out. He keeps getting sick and he keeps being tired. And I tried to talk to him today. I was like, Lucas. And he wasn't listening. I said, Lucas, listen. Your cortisol's too high. You don't want to hurt your thyroid, bro. You listen to me, Lucas. He's shaking. You're not supposed to be like this when you work out at 25 years old like you got Parkinson's. He's like, oh, but like I bought some multivitamin. I said, Lucas, no. You can't eat garbage and take a multivitamin. It's just going to end up in your urine. You see, my point was that you don't have to buy his stuff, but buy, but what he says may resonate. Look, this guy, he's got some great information, I think, when it comes to, you know, adrenal insufficiencies and stuff like that. But when you start promoting intermittent fasting and when you start promoting these extreme things, keto's extreme. That's why I tell people, if you have, I said this on my Facebook today, I have a Facebook course page. I said, if your hair starts falling out, okay, if you have reactive hypoglycemia and it's not going away after 3 months of doing keto, you might want to go off of it. Like, they're not saying stuff like that. They're not saying, disclaimer, be careful for this and this and this. They'll tell you to fast and wear a button shirt up to here. So all I'm trying to say is be careful. I'm a person who doesn't like supplements. I don't care who sells them, right? It doesn't matter who sells them. Be careful for using supplements rather than because you're think you have too little time in the day to eat real food. It's like, well, can I eat lean chicken and add some butter? No. Can I, if you have a uric acid purine problem and you're just eating a bunch of a chicken breast with butter because you think that's ketotic, that's not ketotic. Let me see. Rich, I don't talk at Lucy. Look, Rich, you need to chill. Just chill, bro. First of all, Rich, me and Lucas are good friends. So you want me to lie to him because it makes you feel better? Come on, Rich. JR, no. And another thing, Rich JR, because Rich was like, he literally wrote, you shouldn't have mentioned that you had an address because nobody would notice. Rich, you need to wake up. People will look at everything in this apartment. If I have, let's say, here's an Amazon package, right? If I flip this package around, you're going to see my address. Somebody's going to take it with the software, blow it up, and see where I live and dox me. So, Rich, just no. Me and Lucas are tight. And Lucas said, okay, I'm going to call you later on, and let's fix my problem because he's been getting sick a lot lately. So, Rich, come on now. See, the thing is, Rich, and some people think they know me. So you're only looking at me on a screen for a couple of minutes and may not understand, what is it? You may not understand an entire scenario, the context of scenarios. Rich is like, you shouldn't talk at Lucas. Rich, come on now. We took iron pills and got so nauseous. Iron pills are like vitamin D pills. And iron pills are actually, if you can overdose on iron pills. Like if you have anemia, doctors will, here, take this iron pill, and it's so toxic to the liver. Thank you, Jeffrey. Is it okay to add butter to the beef? Yeah, of course. Let me see. So essentially, blah, blah, blah is getting it too fast, which makes them deficient, which makes them buy products. I'm trying not to talk about these people each stream. You guys are kind of slowly sucking me into talking about them. I want to just speak in general, right? Supplements, don't go to them number one. If you've got candida, try to lower the candida spores first by cutting out all things that make them grow, like white wine vinegar, like nuts, like cheese, like mushrooms, like sugar, like fructose, right? So you're going to lower those spores. You're going to have a die-off response. Then you want to try to kill the biofilms, and then you might have to go towards lauricidin. Then you might have to do some things like supplemental garlic if you can handle garlic on the stomach. There are some things that you can do. It's like, good night, Deborah. Thank you so much. Oh, no, Deborah's saying good night to Keishel. So what I'm essentially trying to do is, like, every single stream, people ask me about other experts online, and I just answer. Like, I don't even think. And then certain of those people get super triggered. Why are you on my page anyway? Just get off my page. I don't go on your page. I don't care what you do. But with that said, was it Dom? Didn't you ask that? Are you recycling a question? Let me see, 522. Any suggestions of H. pylori if you can't get mastic gum? Ooh, there is this tea. I keep forgetting what it's called. Does anybody remember what this tea is? It's like $100. It's like $100. Matula? Oh, it's Matula tea, right? I think it's Matula, if my brain serves me correct. Good night, Keishel. Sorry, Steph, was that something I just realized? So I was agreeing with you. Oh, and here's another thing. Sometimes I'm reading people's comments wrong. So if I do that, just like what Septira did. Thank you, Septira, and thank you, Amanda. Thank you for the 14. She writes, I've learned so much from you. This is my 15th day on keto. Awesome. So this is where I'd like to keep I think you guys, if you talk about other people, just say, here's what I heard. Is there a different way? Is this good or bad? Because the way that the other people out there, I really don't care about them. I never watch them anymore. And I only talk about them when they're brought up in my live stream by other people. And then I'm responding because I'm honest. But with diplomacy, I think it's better that I just start focusing on my own content. So I just want to put that out there in this video. Good night, Carrie. What about fermented cod liver? Sure, absolutely. 8:30, we're going to sleep. 7:20. Okay, cool. GD. Okay. High carb, high fruit, plant based, and no oil, fat. And they say it works on 4-day reverse insulin resistance. What do you say about cell? What? I mean, child, people will tell you anything. You got people saying doing plant-based diet. You say you have the opposite, which is people saying doing the carnivore diet. Just learn about salicylates, oxalates, goitrogens, nightshades, phytates, and lectins in plants that destroy your gut, that create this histamine intolerance, right? So learn about that. Learn about how certain fermented foods with people who've got small intestinal bacterial overgrowth will make them overgrow even more. Some people with histamine, when they have sauerkraut, they feel like they're going to double over in pain. Just learn more about food in general. It doesn't have to be plant-based or carnivore or whatever. Just learn. If you're going to learn about meat, learn about methionine. Learn about the acids in meat, like uric acid, and learn about the purines in meats. Learn about the fat-soluble vitamins, the anti-nutrients and the micronutrients and the macronutrients. So, and learn about the body and learn about sleep and circadian rhythm and deep REM cycles and how your body can release hormones and enzymes, and just learn about that. That's what I did, and that's how you equate keto or any of these diets to the science that you learn in biology. Okay, so Wolf Haley says a really great point, and I love it when you guys say it, so I don't have to, so I don't argue with anyone. She said she did a low-fat, was it? She had, I advanced my autoimmune disease doing low-fat vegan. You know? Because low-fat, we're made out of fat, so you're not having, and fats, you guys, fats, organ meats have more vitamins and minerals than fruits and vegetables combined 100 times. Okay, that's just the way it is. There's more vitamin C in raw liver than there is in an orange. So you're going to get your vitamin C, your water-soluble vitamins from liver, and you're going to get your B12, and you're going to get your heme and your iron that you cannot get from plants. Now we're eating plants out of season and they've been hybridized and genetically modified or altered. They're not the plants that grew in nature. Broccoli comes from cabbage. That's not even a real food. That's man-made food. It's not that broccoli's bad. Just realize that a lot of our foods have been altered by man. Boop. I don't have constipation, so can you suggest which is the best magnesium for... Oh, just glycinate. Yeah, Deborah got it. Glycinate. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, this tea, this is a Matula tea, is very expensive, but I hear, or I've read, that Matula tea does the best at killing off the H. pylori bacteria that totally destroys your stomach and gut and all this. Can you do a video about ATL blood test results? About high ATL. I don't know what ATL is. Sorry. Yes, can't wait to get fat adapted. Okay. Liver enzymes. What about liver enzymes? You mean like taking liver enzymes? Fresh tuna tonight. No, I wouldn't. You know, that's not a go-to. Fresh tuna tonight with lots of butter. No, it's too lean. Yeah, that's not ketotic. Michelle, everybody keeps asking me when my book is out. When you're writing it, you have to then turn it in, and then you go back and forth. So if I announce a date, and if I'm taking longer than the date that I announced, you know, because you have to go back and forth all the time, then I'm going to be the internet is going to completely mess, like I'm going to be screwed. You get liverwurst from wellness meats. Exactly. Another thing is the liverwurst, the pate, the pasted liver, if you guys don't have time to make it. But the best is to get fresh liver, to be honest. So I'm 5'4" male, 155 pounds, gym 4 times a week, 1 hour each. Should my fat be more than 200? Yes. I mean, I'm 5'3", and I was eating 400 grams of fat my first year. You don't have to, but I'm just giving you an example. Steph, do you have a video? Wait, do you have a video on how you cook your liver? Yeah, yesterday. There's if it's not blah blah blah, I would not find you so big. Thanks. Oh yeah, I can say thank you to all these people that I've been honest about for finding me. And I think I've said that years ago when it comes to some of these people, like way back in the day. Like I barely even talk about Dave Ashbury now. But one of the good things, I have seen some debates with, I saw a debate with Dave Ashbury with the vegan. I was like, okay, Dave, you go, Dave, go, Dave. Also, I want to say about Keto Connect. They were super fun, super cool. I had a great interview with them. I didn't mention that the last stream because I was like, they're a cute couple, but they don't know what they're talking about. There are people that we connect to that find me, people like Keto Connect or whomever. People will find me because my video is playing with theirs. So I am grateful for that. I am grateful. And I just forget to mention it. So I need to bring that to the forefront of my memory. Yes, I have a Facebook keto course group. You can do 1 month of it and try it out, or you can do as many months as you want because it's a membership, so it's monthly. So are you saying eating 200 grams of fat before fat adaptation will not cause weight gain? That's such a sarcastic question. You might as well put a question mark, exclamation point next to that. Okay, first of all, you don't know what keto is. Keto is a high fat diet. It's not a moderate fat diet. Your body you have to eat a lot of fat to convert the dietary fat into ketones. See, you have to create the enzymes to break down the fat into ketone bodies, right? So it can convert it into acetyl-CoA and acetoacetate into the bloodstream. And if you don't eat enough fat, you're going to damage your thyroid. That's what's up. I don't care about weight gain or weight loss on keto. Weight gain comes from high insulin. And I'm not trying to be a dick. Because this is a question I get all the time, and it's kind of said a little bit. So you're saying this? I never said that fat wouldn't make you gain weight. That's never been out of my mouth, eating more fat. What I said is that if your fat does not make you fat, your insulin does. Because you can't get your stress down, right? You don't sleep well. Because you have reactive hypoglycemia. Before you did keto, you have insulin resistance. You have estrogen dominance. You don't exercise. You don't breathe right. You don't connect to circadian rhythm. You're on a bunch of medications. You're on SSRIs. And then you try to keto adapt, and then you pound a bunch of fat, and your blood sugar's high, your insulin's high, you're going to store fat. You will store fat, and if you watch my videos, I've said that 5,000 times. You will gain weight if your insulin's too high, if your A1C is too high, if your blood sugar's too high. So the whole point about my keto course, get all those inflammatory and stress things down, inflammatory markers and stress down, so that the conversion of making those ketones and making them viable and regulating your blood glucose will prevent you from gaining weight. And some people start losing weight immediately because they do the right thing. The people who refuse to do it the right way, who keep under eating their fats and eating too much protein because they're starving, are the ones that damage their thyroid. Who cares about the weight if your thyroid's damaged? Right? What is it? DY, what is it? No, Dyson? No, Dyson. Dyson's like, preach, girl. This is where I'm brutally honest, you know. I'm being hammered with a bunch of questions, and some of them are like, don't do keto to lose weight. Do keto to get healthy. And then when you're healthy, you will lose body fat without going into gluconeogenesis and catabolizing your muscle and downgrading your collagen and giving you thyroid and adrenal insufficiency. Do keto the right way. Who cares about weight? No, I gained weight in the first year because I did keto wrong, and I don't care. I don't care. I only cared about my mother not dying from cancer, and I only cared about me not becoming tired or damaging my body by eating low fat. I had reactive hypoglycemia in the beginning because my fats were too low. So I cranked up the fats, the reactive hypoglycemia went away, and then after a year, I started sculpting the body, and this is 10 years ago. You can repair your thyroid on keto, doing it the right way, right? Because now you're wisening up. You're connecting to the circadian rhythm. You're going to bed earlier. You're getting into deeper sleep. You are getting into making ketones faster, which are way more even on the thyroid than dealing with blood sugar that does this, right? That's why you follow me, because I keep it real. I keep it too real for people, you know? I don't understand. People get triggered. If you don't like what I'm saying, go to someone else. There's a lot of keto people now. I don't know when your oily skin started. I don't know what kind of fat you're eating. I don't know if you're eating peanuts. Like, I don't know if you're on caffeine. What you're doing and how you do it all matters. And I'm not skinny. You tripping. I'm not skinny. So I'm healthy. And we have to learn how to change our way of speaking. Now, when I was doing the carbs and low carb diet 15 years ago, I was too skinny. But when I started doing keto, I was not too skinny, and I'm definitely not too skinny now, right? Because you don't get arms that look like that when you're too skinny. Look how triggered I am. I just want you guys to change your perception on how women should look. Like, you know, if a woman is fit, this isn't skinny if your body fat percentage is too high and you have visceral fat. If your body fat percent is 45% and now you've got visceral fat near the organs, then that's unhealthy. But if you got 45% body fat and your estrogen's regulated and you have no inflammatory markers and no visceral fat, then you go for it. Then it doesn't matter your body shape, right? Your insulin's regulated and your blood sugar is good. Start 15-minute calisthenics daily. Had to up the protein. Shayla, and I don't know what your macros were, so that's kind of hard. Healthy is the new skinny. Thank you. Who said that? Anne. Lord have mercy. Like today I was at the gym, this guy's like, you boxer? I said, just because a woman has muscles does not mean she's a boxer. So as you can see, everybody's got their way to look at the physical body. So to some other people I'm skinny, but I'm clearly not skinny. I have low body fat, but my muscles are heavy. I weigh so much more than what I look like. Like my weight on a scale is a lot. And I'm not a big person. I don't got big thighs because I've had 10 knee surgeries. Upper body's built. Can I eat coconut unsweetened flakes? No, it's just too many carbs, unfortunately. What's the best type of test that I can get to know where my hormone levels are? Oh, you can do a reproductive hormone panel? That would be great, right? That's the best. Everything, DHEA, you want to test your estrogen, progesterone, the 3 estrogens, your testosterone, and your progesterone. Please, ASAP. Let me see, if I have a 95 calorie beer on a hot day, what's the best detox for the liver the next day? I don't know. There is no best detox. Just don't drink it. Yeah, muscles weigh a lot. I'm listening to you because you are not greedy. I'm greedy. I've always said I'm the worst capitalist. If you go to other people's like things, like I could be you guys know how many people approach me to do partnerships, like almost daily. And I could be making so much money promoting all their products, but I don't. Even the Juve Light, I haven't partnered up with them. I haven't partnered up with anybody. Let me see. So I'm a really bad capitalist. It just feels icky, like promoting stuff. Somebody inboxed me today to sell MCT BHB, and my sarcastic brain is like, are you stupid idiots? Oh, we love your channel. I'm like, you clearly haven't watched my channel because I've really spoken against BHB salts like hardcore. That's the thing that really irritates me. And also, Dr. Steph reached out to me and asked me to sell his products. I was like, we love your channel. We love your videos. I was like, I've talked smack about this person on my videos. How dumb are you people? So that's why I just don't like the affiliate programs or the, like I did a Butcher Box thing. They sent me it for free to review their products. I love that kind of stuff right now. But I only want to partner up with people who are really, really respect and trust. That's just hard today when people are just so into making nuts. No nuts. Making money. I'm sorry. No alcohol, no cheese, no caffeine. Exactly. Steph, is there any protein source that I should avoid if cannot get grass fed? A beef. Yeah. If you're gonna do corn fed, do chicken or do fish, a salmon. When's the best time to test blood ketones? In the morning, fasted. That's it. Can you collab with Nora? Um, I love the relationship I have with Nora right now, which is just I respect her so much. But I don't want to do business with her. I can see like us helping each other. Like Nora has put out a couple books, and she asked me to promote them, and I do. If she goes jump, I say how high because I respect her that much, and I ask nothing in return. Oh, there was a guy yesterday on my Instagram. He's got the sugar-free me product where you spray it on your tongue and you can't taste sugar for 4 hours. It tastes like crap. He told me that he wanted to do a partnership, and I said, no, dude, I'll promote your product. You don't have to give me no money. I love your product. It just feels greasy once you like partnering up like that. I was like, no. I will say sugar-free me. Go to sugar-free me. I think it's .org or something like that. You spray it on your tongue, and then you can't taste it. If you have a sweet craving, it tastes like garbage. So he never ever I turned down making money from it. He's like, oh, thank you, Stephanie, I love you so much. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be Mother Teresa. I know that when I collab with somebody, I just literally want, and it's like he wants to sell that product as a weight loss product because he lost weight because he had a sugar addiction. I would rather just use keto and eating high fat to kill the overall sensation of sugar and then adapt to lower your body fat in time way down the line as you get healthy. But to use the spray just as a weight loss, I'm not going to promote that. No, I'll just say, hey, this is a great product for you guys who, like, you go to a party and there's sweets everywhere and you can't stop. Spray that on your tongue, and when you eat a cookie, it tastes like garbage. That's how I do it. I felt tired while trying to adapt. And you're doing stuff wrong. If you're tired, you're not adapting. Like, that's why talking to you guys one-on-one in a consultation is so advantageous to find out what's really going on. Are you type 1? Are you type 2? Are you taking insulin? How much fat are you taking? Do you get deep sleep? Like, is your protein too high? Are you eating lean meats? Like, every little thing matters. Let's check the time because I said that I wasn't going to be on that long. 6:45. Let's see. Sinking stool a sign of fat adaptation? No, well, yes, because you're now using the fats. It's not ending up in the stool, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're adapted. Your body, even though you may not adapt it, can still use those fats for structure, for your brain, your lungs, the lining of your cells. How much is a consultation? Day, go to my website because I don't like to talk about those numbers on a live chat. So just go to stephanieperson.com, and then there's the, but I'm full booked. I will open up the calendar this weekend, so I'll have new dates by this weekend. I'm drinking water, as you guys, I'm drinking water. There's 100 people in this chat and 97 likes. Can we get the likes up for those who have not liked up the stream yet? I'm trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to show diplomacy, even though it's kind of hard for me. I'm learning and I'm trying. And trying to teach you guys as well. Thank you guys. Finally, the likes are over the amount of people in the chat. But I really appreciate you guys coming here to my channel. I always hear people go, welcome to my channel. And they go, channel. And I was like, channel? Is there an NOL at the end? Channel? You say, welcome to my channel. Okay, Stephanie, Facebook group is, thank you. Gary's like, okay, it's 15. Okay, but yes, what Gary said. Here's the thing, I consider you very knowledgeable and credible, so if you did promote a product, it would sell. That is true. But what am I going to sell? Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to sell coconut oil. You can go to the store and get that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to promote MCT oil because I don't think you need it. So I've been saying that in like 20 videos. So if I start selling MCT oil, I'm like not good. I might sell like a Ceylon cinnamon because it's so amazing. It doesn't agitate the liver like cassia does. It tastes fantastic. It's antimicrobial and antifungal. So that's something. Ceylon, I love Ceylon. It's Ceylon. I love that. So would I sell Ceylon? Yeah, because that's rare. It's hard to get, right? If I could make a glucometer where the ketone strips were cheaper, I would be on that so fast. But I don't know how to do that right now. Those are like products I could sell, right? I like this idea of doing a flavored butter as a snack that you can take on a flight, because I've flown so much over the last 5 years, flights that are 17 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours with stops from South Africa. And I wish I had something in a package that I could rip and squeeze in my mouth. Now, Peterson's and US Wellness Meats, I think, make a bacon singles and packages. I love that. I love that. Because that's what we need, right? We don't want to eat stuff that's like garbage at the airport. We want to just take something out of, let me show you guys. Hold on a second. Okay, you guys, I'm not affiliated with these companies at all. They haven't even approached me to work for them. But I love this idea, right? Except I would make my ghee better. Here's a great idea, right? Or, I love this. It's 100% grass-fed beef sticks. Love this. Look at that. That's amazing, right? Single packages. I think this is Peterson's, yeah. Single one in packages. Although I do think they use white rice vinegar, which I don't like. No, they use vinegar. They don't say what type of vinegar though. I wish they would say apple cider vinegar. So that's the only thing I don't like. But single package things, I could do something like that. But like things promoting you getting into keto faster, stupid things like MCT oil, stupid like chocolate bars and stuff like that, which are very, problematic. Make sure you're getting the proper amounts of electrolytes. Yes. A lot of you guys aren't getting a lot of electrolytes. I should do my next stream about how people go through the keto flu. Thank you, Jacob. You're a really good soul. Stephanie, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's like Jacob gets me clearly. And floating stool day C is because you guys have been eating dairy or nuts or cheese, or even you might have an aversion to some of the anti-nutrients in certain foods. You begin to poke holes in the gut lining, and that can make the leaky gut can make your stool float, or quite commonly it's because of gallbladder sludge or stones from the gallbladder, which is showing that your body's not releasing enough bile salts to break down the fat. So instead of your body using it, it goes into the toilet, which is really bad because the biggest vitamins on the planet, vitamin D, E, A, and K, are in fat. And so if you can't absorb your fat, you're nutrient deficient. Your electrolytes, so it's about 4,000 milligrams of potassium from either spinach or avocado or bone broth or organ meats. Also, you want to have at least 5 grams of sodium per day, and unless you have like coronary artery disease or something like that, you can get your magnesium transdermal plus sublingual or oral by using it depends, like the higher the better, good quality glycinate, either 300 milligrams or 4 or 5, and split it up between the morning and evening if you can't tolerate it all at night. Can you provide names of any grass-fed butter? Definitely don't dare say Kerrygold anymore. No, I can't. Not right now. Let's see, I had my gallbladder taken out 17 years ago. Doctor said nothing about ox bile, right? How bad is that? Until you found me. Oh wow, Gary, I didn't know that nobody had mentioned it before. It's such a simple solution is to use, so obviously Gary is a man who doesn't have a gallbladder, and that's probably because he had a very big blood sugar dysregulation when he was younger, which can do that. And it's just the smallest little things to create solutions rather than, now ox bile is bile salts from a bovine ox. So at least it's just from an animal, right? It's not some, some multivitamin with the white coating chemical or sucralose added to it. And people who don't have a gallbladder, they need to absorb their vitamin, fat soluble vitamins. Can you clean your gallbladder? Yes, you can clean it. It's a weird way, but you kind of get rid of the stones. You can flush out the stones, and then you can, start doing things like don't sit in a C shape, don't allow your estrogen to get too high, don't allow your blood sugar to become unstable. These types of things will stop the formation of stones. So, yes, you can. So people do flushes, gallbladder flushes. It actually flushes your liver and your kidneys as well. So it's sitting on the toilet for a couple of days. This will help pull out the sludge, get rid of the stones. Not all of them. Some of you guys, it's not a perfect cure-all, but the stones, unless it's clogging the biliary, if it's not clogging anything, then your body will reabsorb some of those stones that aren't causing any problems. Kerrygold, I still promote Kerrygold, but there's a big controversy, and when people start, blah, 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 because Kerrygold's not 100% grass-fed. They corn finish their cows. So, thank you, Savage. So that's the problem. But I still eat it right now. When I can get a butter that's always in stock, like I've got Erewhon and I've got Whole Foods, but often things are out of stock, or they switch brands. That's why I don't like to mention brands for now. You like twice and two? Ah, that's so sweet. Thank you, Albert. Okay, guys, my chicken liver is done marinating, so I'm going to put that in the pan right now as I close this broadcast. How about Anchor from what? Anchor from New Zealand? Oh, we can't get that here. I've never even heard of Anchor. I've got to look for it. So that's a problem. Like, I think that a lot of New Zealand cows most of the year are grass-fed. So you're going to get, good quality grass-fed. See, there is a Vital Farms butter. Walmart, Target has them, 75 cents. We'll have to go and research it to make sure that they are not also corn finished, or we're going to do the same problem. Part of the year grass-fed, part of the year corn finished. You know what I mean? That's the problem. That's why I've said before I don't like to push brands that often. Oxtail is great for collagen. I mean, Albert, is your butter grass-fed or grass-fed corn finished? You guys, how about I start cooking this this food here right now so I can enjoy it. Let's get to here. Whoa. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, European butter. But it's hard to get grass-fed butter in Europe as well. Okay, here we go. Let's do this, right, guys? So I've already got a ton of butter on my chicken livers, right? So here we go. So I need to turn down the heat, number one. See, what's the matter with Kerrygold if you got me hooked on it? There's nothing wrong with Kerrygold. It's grass-fed corn finish. That's it. It's the part of the year they eat corn. That's what people are freaking out about. That's it. Oh, good word. Okay, guys. I think I'm about to be done with this. Like, everything's a mess. My apartment's a mess. Well, not really, but my kitchen's a mess. Definitely, that's a mess. Yeah. Oh, I've been knowing this for like 2 years about, no, maybe 4 years about Kerrygold. Yes. So parts of the year they can't. Now I know in Ireland they are able to get some kind of weird mulchy type of grass. So even during the winter they're still eating grass. No, yeah, some, but I don't know what's going on with the company. It's not my thing right now. If you want to find another grass-fed butter, do your research on it. Is organic 100%? No, no raw cacao. Only cacao butter, the white chocolate. Jerry, don't be scared about no Kerrygold. What do you mean supplement grass-fed? Supplement the grass because grass in cold climates doesn't grow all year long. Okay, that's why. Kiwi butter, never heard of it. Yeah, Kerrygold still is better quality, and that's the thing, you guys. Like, I live in LA. I'm gonna walk outside into a toxic mess of cadmium and lead everywhere in the water and the air and pollution, and that's why it's just really important to have really good detoxification pathways and fix that liver, colon, and gut. Some people can't even eat butter and they can only eat ghee. So, okay, you guys, that's it. Again, I use too much of my evenings. Like I should be writing right now. It's an hour and a half. It's almost 7. So then I scramble to write a little bit before I go to bed on this book. You guys know I have a keto course. And I also do consultations, although I'm full booked. I'm going to open up the calendar. And my Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook, which is the free Facebook, is Stephanie the Business Person. I post there every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're simply the best. Thank you, Jacob. We haven't seen the finished meal because I have to cook it. And I literally want to get off stream. My knee hurts really, really bad. I'm always sitting when my knee starts killing me, and then I get cranky. What, grass-fed meat? That grass-fed meat is cows that just eat grass. There's a difference between the butter. Grass-fed, what the difference between what? Thank you, Briseis. She hit it for me. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, everyone. Next stream, let's focus on what I know. And if you have questions about other people, I'd rather have you ask in general and ask for potential better solutions. Like, okay, a lot of people sell supplements. What do I do naturally? Is most I can to avoid supplements the best I can? What can I do? Like those types of questions. Story time? I don't know if I have a short story. Is there something you guys want me to talk about real quick? I'm glad that you caught me live, GD, even though you did a little. I think what was I talking about last time? I didn't finish. Oh, my battery's almost dead, so it's perfect for me to do a quick story. Mom story? Lord have mercy. Favorite or worst dream? I'm going to do a mom story real quick, and I'm going to tell you about when my mom, I think I've said this before, I don't remember, but I was 16, going on 17. So I technically started skateboarding in my 16th year, and low testosterone need info consultation. I'm about to go and do story time right now. Okay, you guys, so fabulous. I'm about to do story time right now. It's so fabulous. Okay, so my mom said, you're going from 16 to 17 and you're turning into a woman. What do you want for your birthday if it's within reason? Like price wise. And I said, I want a skateboard. She was like, no. I was like, I want a skateboard. She said, no. I said, but you asked me what I wanted. That's not fair. And she's like, I'm not getting you a skateboard. I got my skateboard child. She's like, I'm not getting you a skateboard. And favorite movies? Right now I love things that are like old, just not now, right? If we're gonna watch like a series on Genghis Khan or something, or the Vikings, then I'm like down for that. Anyway, Like I like the Vikings right now. But so my mom was just, I'm not a Scorpio now. So my mom said, you cannot have a skateboard. And I said, we had a big discussion about, you know, why would you suggest that I can choose what I want because I'm turning into a woman? And then I was like, I want the skateboard. And so she caved and she gave in. So on my birthday, I walked. Thank you. See, Stephanie, you are an inspiration to me. I'm 50 and I feel so hopeful for better quality life on this lifestyle. Yay! That's awesome. Uh, so I said I wanted a skateboard, and she said no. She caved in. We went into the skate shop, and the guy behind the counter, I did say this story before, he said to me, there was a sign that said, don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. And so I walked in and I said, I know nothing about boards. I know nothing about I know nothing. So can you help me? And my first board was a Tony Hawk. I think I explained the story that maybe a couple months later I met Tony Hawk because I was with this pro skateboarder who did all the stunt work for the first Back to the Future film. We went down there. We went to Upland, California, where the Upland Park is now gone, where Mike McGill used to do 540s in the corner of the pool. But I went there and we arrived in the parking lot, and this guy says, the guy who's driving the van says, hey Tony, how's it going today? And I looked out the window, I almost had a freak out. And this is when Tony Hawk was not famous at all. But because I had a skateboard, I freaked out. I was like, like it was like 6 a.m. I was like, oh my God, is that Tony Hawk? So that was my first board. And my first board, I don't even know where it is now. I don't know. But that first Hawk board, with red rails, and it was blackboard. And I learned how to skateboard on that. I learned how to skate street on that. I got sponsored on that board. And my whole life changed the day I got my own skateboard. I'm here now. It's been, 30 something years later, and it changed my life. I moved to Europe because of skateboarding. Went there as a skater. I was amateur, turned pro over there. My adventure started living in Europe. I lived in Europe almost 16 years of my life because I got that first skateboard that my mom finally caved in and said, because my mom said, no, you're not getting a skateboard. She goes, how about a dress? I go, no, I don't want a dress. I want a skateboard. She's like, how about a dress, Stephanie? You're a woman now. My mom is a very, very strong woman, and she doesn't realize that I got my strength from her. But I'm an athlete. Like, I'm a crazy, crazy, hardcore, gnarly, athlete. So the strength of her character translated into being able to do these sports, and that's something my mom never did. My mom lived on a farm. She winded up chicken heads. They ate what they had. They had no money. What is it? You want to buy me a billboard in Charlotte, North Carolina? Is that cool? Me? Oh goodness, that'd be kind of funky. Oh, with you guys, that's how I started skateboarding. Was because my friend found a skateboard. She let me borrow it. I borrowed it for 2 weeks, and I was like, I want a skateboard, and I skated every day, 5 hours a day. I literally, I don't know if you guys can see the scars on my elbow. You see all that? That's from vert skating. See those scars? And I literally broke everything. I could barely walk when I would come home. My mom was freaked out. I have bruises that big on my hips. I'm surprised I don't use a cane today. It's that bad. I had 10 surgeries on my left knee. I broke my leg. Hot mess. But skateboarding allowed me to travel the world. I was dumb as a box of rocks when I went over to Europe the first time. I didn't even know, I told you this before, you guys, that I took a boat from Germany to the island of Copenhagen. So the Danish are like Copenhagen and the Swedish are like Köpenhamn. And I go over there, and I didn't even know that half the train would go back to Hamburg. Das ist geil, ne? Das ist verrückt. Anyway, half it would go to Hamburg, and the other half would go over to Denmark, and it would go on top of the boat. And then I was so tired, I slept through the whole boat ride, and then I arrived in Copenhagen, and I was like, we weren't on a boat. So I went over there very naive. I was very, very shy when I was younger. I was an athlete. I didn't see myself as intelligent whatsoever. I just thought I saw myself as quasi average. And I went over there and it changed my life. So, uh, traveling um, changed the landscape of the way I look at life. So I went from an introvert to an extrovert. And my brother was like 10 brothers. So when people would provoke me, as you can see, I like, what, you stepping up on me? What? We're going to handle this right now. What? Let's do this. Okay? So a lot of people don't understand this affectation, this sort of, coming of age and to my own, traveling on my own, and being this very, very shy girl to being like, what, we're going to handle this? Because that was not me when I was younger. So it all really started because I got that skateboard on my 17th birthday, which got me skating and meeting pros and traveling. I started traveling. Oh, my first time really out of the country was to Canada. Yeah. And there is when another time I remember I was skating this in Vancouver. It was like this snake run thing, this cement skate run, and a guy ran into me, and I had like a minor concussion, and Tony Hawk ran over to me. He's like, "Are you okay, Stephanie? Are you okay?" And he stayed next to me for the next 2 days, making sure that I was okay in Vancouver, Canada. That's how cool Tony is. And here's a guy where I had his board, and then I became friends with the guy, and then I went to his house, and then my skateboard went into his house and went through the sheetrock, and then he got mad at me. Really mad. Oh, I am all RTYPP. Screenplay is already being written. There's a reason why I live in this crazy city. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Tony Hawk is one of my favorite people. He's a sweetheart, such a nice guy, just a really, really good person. Okay, guys, so that was my story. I'll have more gnarly stories another day. No, Tony's not a keto guy. Yes, screenplay, yeah. I showed you guys on one of my live streams, I showed you some stills from a movie that was made 4 years ago. It's a short film. It's a 20-minute short, and that's a snapshot out of my life. So I showed you some of the videos, some of the images. So go look for that, or maybe I'll show it again. Oh, you live in Vancouver? Cool. Thank you, Joseph. So thank you, guys. Yes, I write. It's so crazy because I can write a screenplay like nobody's business. I can write a song. I used to sing, but I like writing this book has been very challenging because it's very science driven, and I want to make sure that people don't get injured doing keto. Oh, the documentary. Yeah, they. Wait. Hold on. Let me get my other phone. I'll show you what. Did I film it on my? Oh no, I didn't. So I filmed. Oh, maybe no. It's on this phone. I can't. I have images from them filming me for this documentary, and it's actually the second documentary I've done. But now they just filmed like 2 weeks ago, so now they're in the editing process of the documentary. I don't know when my next live one is going to be. I think I'm going to take a day break to get stuff done. Every time I do a live stream, I use it's like almost 2 hours now. You know what I mean? It's 10 minutes away or 12 minutes away from 2 hours. I say I'm going to be on for 30 minutes, and then I got to go check my chicken liver. The first documentary was about female skateboarders. The top female skateboarders in the world. Yes, if you guys want to know when I'm going live, just hit the notification subscription bell. So when I go live, you'll get that notification to your cell phone, and then you'll catch the live stream. I can take a picture of my food when it's done. Yes, I can do that. Let me see. Oh, the butter and the fat from all of that? I'll just eat it. From the chicken livers? Yes, I do. Especially when my hair is straight. Okay, guys, I better go. I don't want my food to overcook. Yeah. Yesterday it overcooked because I was talking here as a chicken liver. That's no good when liver is overcooked. Short stories are like long novels, I know. It was more about, me getting my first skateboard, but then it kind of went into other things like, I went to Europe and became a pro skater, and it was a great life. It was I never want to be younger. The life that I lived without the internet was beyond measure, the best. Y'all millennials, you don't know how awesome it was when we had not much. It was amazing. Thank you, RTY Pepe. Thank you, GD. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who contributed. Let me stand up again. I'm getting stiff knee. Thank you, everyone who supported the super chat today. Thank you, everyone who's patient enough to watch the evolution of me live streaming. It is an evolution, and I'm learning, so bear with me. And I want to teach you guys everything to avoid getting injured on keto. Thank you, and thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Richard, for being moderators, so I keep cool and I don't pop off like, y'all want to challenge me, let's do this right now, we're going to do this right now. So I stay away from that, and I stay more towards the intelligent side of Stephanie. Yeah, so thank you, Richard and Deborah, for that, and keeping my EQ, right, my emotional intelligence in check. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Oh, love from Israel. That's one place I have to go to. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Briseis. Thank you, everyone who's in my keto course who also joined my live broadcast. So again, thank you again to Richard and to Deborah for being the moderators. It does a world of good to keep me in check by ignoring stupid trolls and comments that I need to not react to. Night, everybody. Thank you. And my battery's going to die if I don't stop this right now. So peace out. Bye. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Carrie.